hoping for Left 4 Dead 3. I hope Valve announces that like a co-op zombie game with 4 people and run around like I don't know. We'll see. I hope Left 4 Dead 3 maybe it'll be an open world game, like I don't know, with more than 4 people or 8 people per game. Like I know with Left 4 Dead 2, I felt like the characters weren't as good as the original cast. Like, do you feel that way? Like
Yeah, I mean, you had like,
Zoe.
yeah, Zoe was pretty good.
Francis.
Francis, Bill, and Lewis. Uh,
Lois.
but in Left 4 Dead 2, you just had like the same basic concept, just different characters, and a lot more zombies. Well, there was a lot more zombies in the first one too. And but I found I didn't really like as a guy as being in a suit. I mean, being in a suit during a zombie apocalypse is just the worst thing. I'd rather go in survival gear, just hiking boots, cargo pants, maybe a fleece, and I thought it was pretty good. Well, yeah, Left 4 Dead 1, the first one was pretty good. I like the boathouse finale. That one was my favorite. And the second one, I mostly liked the cabin, or I don't know what the carnival. Yeah, the carnival one, and it just had the same. It just had the same weapons, the same. Well, Left 4 Dead 1 didn't have no melee weapons, so yeah.
And some of the new sorry. Some of the new special infected, like there was the spitter, the jockey, the charger, and I don't know, maybe no, the tank was in the first one, but yeah, a couple new monsters, a couple new guns, and melee weapons added to Left 4 Dead 2. But the characters weren't as good as the original cast. Like I don't know, like Left 4 Dead 3, like I really hope that gets announced, man. That'll be freaking sweet because I'm still playing Left 4 Dead 2. Like me and Conrad still go in there, play all the maps. Like I don't know, just stupid fun, like just mindless, just going through the maps and going through the finale and just like stocking up on Molotovs and just like just trying to get the H out of there. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 3, that would be awesome. Like Valve, like hope they announce Half-Life or Left 4 Dead. Like it has to be one of those because Portal 2 already came out in 2011. And that was, and I don't know, Portal 2 was all right, but it just felt like half a game. It just felt like Half-Life like chopped up and that was it. But yeah,
Was it Portal 1 or Portal 2 where you had that psycho, like, little drone trying to, like, little homicidal psycho drone trying to come after you? Was it Portal 1 or 2?
yeah, I heard mention of GLaDOS, but I never really got into Portal 1 and 2. I just felt like Half-Life just, I don't know, like just took ideas from it. Just, yeah.
They also decided to, in the movie Pacific Rim, they used that same drone's voice. I found that out in a YouTube video.
Wait, C3PO or R2D2?
I don't know. But,
Star Wars Episode 7 announced. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher. Who's Mark Hamill? Check it out. Star Wars Episode 7 cast.
and it's directed by J.J. Abrams.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I hope that, but it is. But they'll need 200 million for it. Star Trek, they had like the first Star Trek they needed like 100 million. The second one they had like 100, like just like a million, like 2 million away from 200 million.
Wait, was that like how much the movie made or the budget to make the movie?
The budget to make the movie, because they're gonna need like all the things just to bring back to life.
Like CGI and special effects and making Chris Pine's hand the size of a pineapple.
Yeah, and but back then it was just like much more simpler. It didn't have that much CGI, we had green screen, just simpler effects. And Yoda was a puppet, and now like if you see the one with Hayden Christensen, Yoda was CGI, and that was the worst one. Yeah, Yoda was CGI with the one with Hayden Christensen. They ruined Star Wars. I just couldn't watch that. I couldn't watch that at all. I had to,
The original prequels, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you brought up a good point there. The original prequels, man, those were terrible. Oh man, like you watched the first one. What was it?
Phantom Knight.
Phantom Menace, the original Star Wars Episode One. You couldn't pay me to watch that again. The only thing good about that movie was Qui-Gon Jinn, who was who was the guy in the gray? Who was the Liam Neeson? Yeah, Liam Neeson was in the first. He played Qui-Gon Jinn, who's an old Jedi Master who trains Obi-Wan, because that's a young Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan, and he looks like clean shaven. It's weird, but yeah. And the fight with Darth Maul at the end of the first episode was the only thing good about the prequels. I felt Hayden Christensen he didn't seem like Darth Vader. Like, you look at Hayden Christensen, you're not like, oh, that's going to be Darth Vader. That's going to be the guy who gets in an insane multiple lightsaber fights with Luke, like epic fights and scenes with him. But I don't know, like a new Star Wars. We're way off topic here, talking about movies, but a new Star Wars, like I'm kind of excited, like they're bringing back Harrison Ford, as I mentioned before, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher played Princess Leia. So, wait, where were we talking about Valve?
Yeah, and
Wait, I brought up C-3PO, and we were talking about robots. I don't know.
but I just want to talk about it's album topic of Star Wars. Yeah, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we brought up Pacific Rim, and we talked about Portal robots and GLaDOS. Do you know where we were?
Yeah, I was talking about like GLaDOS, a psycho drone. They put her voice into Pacific Rim, into all the Jaegers, which is a pretty weird thing to say. Jaegers? Why couldn't they just call it Titans?
Drop some Jaeger bombs, yo.
Oh. Stand by for Jaegerfall.
Boom.
But yeah. So I hope they make another Left 4 Dead. But I hope they just have like maybe like what about like two boys, like two males and two females. So yeah, I hope they have that.
We're kind of way off topic because we're just talking about Valve and Portal and stuff, but yeah, we're about 37 minutes in, it looks like. We'll just wrap up the show. We'll stop at maybe the 45-minute mark with maybe what we expect from Microsoft and Sony. I mean, I invested in a PS4, Conrad here invested in Xbox One, and we got expectations, and this is what we want. Like, are you interested in like Halo 5? Like, I didn't see anything on that list that said Halo 5, but I expect that to be there. Like, I expect a new Uncharted. What do you think about that? Like, think about like your expectations to big AAA titles.
And the guy from the Vampire Diaries, who was supposed to play Nathan Drake for Uncharted, he didn't get the role, so they're just kind of yeah. And Aaron's just like yes. He's just like yeah, just celebrating, but. Yeah, he didn't get the role. Maybe Troy Baker will. I don't know. Yeah, he's in everything. He's in Infamous, BioShock, Batman Arkham Origins, and he actually played Joker in Arkham Origins. And yeah, BioShock. He played in Batman Arkham City. And he's in a lot of things. I think he's the next video game legend, next from Nolan North. And yeah, BioShock Infinite and Batman Arkham Origins, play it. They're both pretty good.
Right. Wait. What were you just talking about? Batman and whatever you call it.
I was talking about Troy Baker being the next video game legend next to Nolan, and he played Joker, the young Joker in Origins, Arkham Origins, and he played Booker DeWitt in BioShock. They're both good games. And Infamous Second Son, that was like the facial recognition. It was so good.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Joker, I want to tell you my favorite Joker moment. R.I.P. Heath Ledger, but this is in the original. What was the original one with the Joker?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight. Wait, yeah, that was the title of Dark Knight. But my favorite one was Heath Ledger as the Joker. He's basically talking to all these mob bosses at a table. And then what does he have? Like, He stabs a pencil into the table, and then he talks to some other mobster dude, and then he's like, "Hey, you want to see a magic trick? I'll make this pencil disappear." And then he slams the dude's head on the pencil, and he goes all crazy, and everyone's all scared of him. But yeah, that moment just popped in my head, and that was awesome moment from The Dark Knight. Do not check out The Dark Knight Rises. It sucks.
But the thing I noticed about with the one with Jack Nicholson, he was just already pretty big in the criminal world.
It's showtime.
Yeah, so he was pretty big in the criminal underground, but in the Dark Knight Rises, in the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, Joker just comes out of nowhere. He just it's just out of the blue, just unsurprisingly just comes out, says like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill all other head bosses of each crime syndicate, and I will take over, and I'll be the head crime lord." And they do call him the Clown Prince of Crime. I thought he did a pretty good job. Heath Ledger did a pretty good job of bringing Gotham to its knees, and Bane only just brought it up to its shin, which, yeah, he's only done that, which pretty much is, yeah. I would say that The Dark Knight Rises was pretty good, but it's pretty long. But same thing with The Dark Knight. But Heath Ledger, the best Joker, and Nicholson and Hamill is the best voice over of Joker.
Adam West, best Batman. But yeah, I was just gonna say The Dark Knight Rises, man, what a turd. What an absolute turd by Christopher Nolan. Just like basically this, I'm not making this up. Bane does a wrestling move where he does a backbreaker on Batman, or I forgot his name, forget it, doesn't matter. Batflack. That's all that matters. Skin. But anyways, I was saying, Bane basically knees Batman in the back and Christian Bale, and then he climbs up these chains for 3 hours, and that's the movie. And that's The Dark Knight Rises. And then you see Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was the only thing good about The Dark Knight Rises. Oh man, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Check it out. Looper, 2012. Inception. Oh man, Inception. Can't believe that came out 4 years ago. Check out Inception on Blu-ray. Just beautiful work by Christopher Nolan and Leonardo DiCaprio. And that was the first time I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And Inception had all 5 stars. I mean, it was just such a good movie.
Leo.
With Leo.
No, say his name. Say his name.
What, Leonardo DiCaprio? But Leonardo DiCaprio's a pretty good actor too. He's actually in a new television series. It's J. Edgar.
Intelligent?
A television series.
Oh wait. J. Edgar, FBI dude. Check it out.
Yeah, I didn't he's in a TV show. I mean, he should be making more movies like The Wolf of Wall Street 2, man. The Wolf of Wall Street is pretty good. And a lot of movies like The Departed. That was a pretty good one.
Wow. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson too.
Wahlberg, Damon.
There's Mark Wahlberg, Damon.
Leo.
Yeah, Leo, Nicholson, and one other guy. Forget his name. The guy who gets just thrown off the roof. And I don't mean to be that rude, but he got thrown off the roof, which pretty much sucked. But he's pretty good too. So yeah, we just got off a little bit off topic.
Yeah, this all started with you mentioning Troy Baker as Batman, and then me mentioning my favorite moment with the Joker. Oh, but these tangents are probably funny to the audience, and we condone that on the Cloud9 podcast. So no advertisements this week. Hopefully we get some sponsors. Maybe TJ's can sponsor us or something. Who knows? Shout out to #FortSimpson. Check it out. It's a decent village. But yeah, originally we're talking about what we expect out of Microsoft and Sony. I mentioned Halo. I mentioned Uncharted. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Phantom Pain.
Whoa, that went over my head.
You missed Phantom Pain? How could you? But I found that Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes was well, it was more of an episode to a game. It was tactical espionage operations. I thought that was pretty good. There's even this one